Good morning. I wanted to do a quick video, but I'm sure it will not end up being a quick video. But I wanted to talk about my YouTube experience. So when I first started doing YouTube, my daughter had a fairly large YouTube channel when she was younger. She was one of these teen creators who she did animation videos, and she had a little following. And so I joined YouTube to kind of keep an eye on what people were saying to her, the trolls and whatnot. And she got a lot of support and had quite a little following and ended up going to school for it. Anyway, but I keep them very separate from my life because that's my family and it's sacred and it's kind of a separate deal. Anyway, so I was on YouTube a lot back then, just watching what the girls were watching and kind of keeping an eye on everything and trying to be responsible about what they were consuming. And so I would follow a lot of people that they followed. And then when the divorce happened and all that, and I ended up on OF, I started again being on YouTube to kind of observe what other OF creators were putting on here. Then there was the sheer try-on hauls and the banned channels, and I kind of lost myself in what am I allowed to do on here, what am I not allowed to do on there. And I watched a lot of creator videos that talked about things that they could say on here and things that they couldn't say on here, and don't ever mention this, and don't ever put this in your bio, and don't ever do that. And it just kind of became a mess, and it was almost like more than my ADHD brain wanted to deal with, to try to navigate the world of YouTube. And I had my ex, and TikTok was another one I used to get in trouble with a lot. And then I found Clapper, and that's been much more user-friendly in terms of although I've gotten in trouble on there as well. But just trying to figure out what I can put on there and what I can't. And YouTube, I kind of saved for kind of playful cooking and just basically just talking about things here and there, and not really trying to promote anything. And every once in a while, I would say that I'm on OF and that I'm also an administrative assistant, and I would talk a little bit about having a couple of jobs or whatever. Then I started getting followers on my other subscription platforms that would say that they saw me on YouTube, which I thought was unusual because I didn't think anyone ever saw me on YouTube. I don't really have a following. It's a very small channel, but there were people that were discovering me here, and they would find out that I had a channel, and then they would look for my other social medias where I would eventually have a link for it, and they would follow me from there. So I wanted to talk about what this YouTube is, because I've started doing a few more of the dress up skit kind of little things like I do for my OF on here, in addition to just the honest posts about my dad's dementia or how I'm feeling in general, or my ADHD, or cooking, or my arrow garden that's taking over the world, things like that. And honestly, if you arrow garden, it gets crazy. It's like you're so excited when the little things come up, and then all of a sudden they're just blossoming, and then you've got cherry tomatoes everywhere, and they're leaning over your sink, and they're just, my arrow garden just blew up, and it lasts for quite some time. You really got to commit to it. And so anyway, I've got a lot of little cherry tomatoes right now. And I think the next thing I'm going to grow is jalapenos, because I really miss that. And what I was doing, I've gone off on a tangent. Just stay with me. I'll be back to my topic. What I was doing for a while is I would get these ginger mule, I don't drink, but I would get these ginger mule mocktails, and I would slice up the jalapenos and have them in my drink. So good. so good. Or any kind of like lime soda, whatever, and just a jalapeno in there just was pretty nice. So anyway, that's what I think I'm going to grow in there next. Stay tuned for it. But what I wanted to do on my YouTube is I wanted to talk more about things that people my age, I want to talk about what I know, which is I'm 53 years old. I'm on OnlyFans, which automatically puts me into a smaller category of the OF creator because 60% of it is millennial and Gen Z. So off the bat, I'm in that really small percentage. I'm also top 5 or higher the whole time I've been on there. I've never gone below 5% ever the whole time I've been on there. So I've been in the top 5. I've been as low as 1.3%. So I've been in the top 1% of OF. And right now, I think I'm back at 3% again because I missed 3 weeks being sick and I dropped from 1.7 to 3. But I'm climbing back up again, clawing my way back to the top. But I am 53, so if I'm in that top 5%, I'm flattered. I think it's crazy. I'm happy about it. There are millions of people on that site, so I'm happy to be there. I am divorced. I was divorced after 25 years. My divorce was brutal, and that's when I started OF. He basically completely changed. It was like a gradual slide, like setting things up and then like the switch, and froze accounts, whole 9 yards. So I needed to do something. I went from part-time to full-time at my job, and then I started an OF and pretty much signed up for any site I could be on because I needed money and I needed to pay for a lawyer. And so I've been a homeschooling mom. I've been a secretary. I've been a store manager. I've worked in fast food restaurants. I've worked in nursing homes. I have a lot of weird life experience. I have 2 daughters. Like I said, I homeschooled one of them all the way up until she left for college, and the other one all the way up until high school. So I've had a lot of weird experiences. And also there's the divorce, there's being an OF creator, there's my ADHD, there's my love of cooking, there's a lot of things that I like to talk about. So what I kind of wanted to do is just kind of come on here and be like an older person on social media, someone in my 50s, talking about things that matter to me. Like yesterday I talked about, or the day before, I talked about this Michaela Nagara divorce drama and how it affects people our age. And a lot of people my age had said they have no idea who she is. Some people did and didn't care. So it was a variety of responses, but it's fascinating to me to see how people handle things. And it's always interesting for me to see how men particularly respond to my OF, because I'm not a bop, I'm not a mattress actress, I'm not 27 years old, I'm not going on vacation with the bops to film multiple videos and things like that. I am doing solo content or content with a partner in my home. I'm doing all the filming. Some of them I set lighting up for, some of them I don't. It's kind of amateurish. But the response has been overwhelming that I'm not pierced, I'm not tattooed, I don't do the lip filler. I do occasionally dye my hair, but I haven't had my hair dyed for over 2 years. So I have some gray in my hair. I've got some wrinkles. I do filter things, but I'm not like crazy faking everything. I've never had any surgeries. I'm not particularly big chested. I'm not a double D. I'm a 34B. There's the hair or bear question, and right now it's hair. I probably should have made you subscribe to find out. That's okay. But I'm natural. I'm not pierced. I'm not tattooed. I don't have pink hair. You're not going to see me with 8 other women. And if you're into that, no hate. Believe me, it is what it is. But I'm more the playmate vibe, not as attractive, but in the tub, in the shower, on the sun porch. I like to do the straw hats. I like to do the sunglasses. I like to do, like when you see me at the beach, sometimes it's a bikini, not a bikini, but like a 2-piece tankini. I did actually get a bikini for when I go to Miami, but I don't typically wear bikinis. I'm more 1-piece retro, polka dots, pinup girl, rockabilly style stuff, lots of lingerie, things like that. So I'm also very interactive with my subscribers, lots of conversations, and they can be conversations about anything from like our aging parents to, our memories of seeing the movie Gremlins, or concerts we went to in the 80s and 90s, all kinds of things. And so that's basically what I've kind of turned my whole YouTube channel into, is more conversations with people my age. And you don't have to be my age to follow either way, but that's where this is going. And so I just made a really long video to explain all of that. But if you're watching it, if you watch it till the end, that's great. That's crazy, and it's going to get my views way up. So I appreciate you. I am alone most of the time during the day because I work from home and I'm working by myself. So I use these as like chat sessions for the coworkers I don't have anymore. So thank you for being a subscriber. If you subscribe, if you don't, please think about subscribing and liking my videos. And thank you for being my coworkers and my online friends. I love you guys. Have a fabulous Friday.